Suta Uvacha Jagre Purusham Rupam Jagre Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahad Adibihi Bhagavan Mahad Adibihi Sambhutam Sodasha Kalam Sambhutam Sodashakalam Ado Loka Shishakshaya Ado Loka Shishakshaya Sutta Vacha Jagre Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahat Adibhihi Sambhutam Sodashakalam Ado Loka Shishakshaya Sutta Vacha Jagre Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahat Adibhihi Sambhutam Sodashakalam Ado Loka Shishakshaya. Anybody else would like to try?
Sutta Vacha Jagre Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi Sambhutam Sodashakalam Adao Loka Shishakshaya.
Sutta Vacha Jagre Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi Sambhutam Sodashakalam Ado Loka Shikshakshaya.
Well done. Mataji's?
Sutta Vacha Jagre Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi Sambhutam Sodashakalam Ado Loka Shikshakshaya.
Somebody else? One more.
Sutta Vacha
Jagre Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi Sambhutam Sodashakalam Ado Loka Shikshakshaya.
Word to word translation. Sutta Vacha. Sutta said. Jagre. Accepted. Paurusham. Plenary portion. As the Purusha incarnation. Rupam. Form. Bhagavan. The personality of Godhead. Mahat Adibhihi. With the ingredients of the material world. Sambhutam. Thus there was the creation of Sodashakalam 16 primary principles. Adao in the beginning. Loka the universes. Shishakshaya and the intention of creating. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Sutta said, in the beginning of the creation, the Lord first expanded Himself in the universal form of the Purusha incarnation and manifested all the ingredients for the material creation. And thus at first there was the creation of the 16 principle of material action. This was for the purpose of creating the material universe. Purport. The Bhagavad Gita states that the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, maintains these material universes by extending his plenary expansions. So this Purusha form is the confirmation of the same principle. The original personality of Godhead, Vasudeva or Lord Krishna, who is famous as the son of King Vasudeva or King Nanda, is full with all opulences, all potencies, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge and all renunciation. Part of his opulences are manifested as impersonal Brahman, and part of his opulences are manifested as Paramatma. This Purusha feature of the same personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the original Paramatma manifestation of the Lord. There are three Purusha features in the material creation, and this form, who is known as Karana Dakshai Vishnu, is the first of the three. The others are known as the Garbhodakshai Vishnu and Kshirodakshai Vishnu, which we shall know one after another. The innumerable universes are generated from the skin holes of this Karanadakshai Vishnu, and in each one of the universes the Lord enters as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also mentioned that the material world is created at certain intervals and then again destroyed. This creation and destruction is done by the Supreme Will because of the conditioned souls or the Nitya Baddha living entities. The Nitya Baddha or the eternally conditioned souls have the sense of individuality or ahankara, which dictates them sense enjoyment, which they are unable to have constitutionally. The Lord is the only enjoyer, and all others are enjoyed. The living beings are predominated enjoyers, but the eternally conditioned souls, forgetful of the constitutional position, have strong aspirations to enjoy. The chance to enjoy matter is given to the conditioned souls in the material world, and side by side they are given the chance to understand the real constitutional position. Those fortunate living entities who catch the truth and understand unto the lotus feet of Vasudeva after many births in the material world join the eternally liberated soul, and thus are allowed to enter into the kingdom of Godhead. After this, such fortunate living entities need not come again within the occasional material creation, but those who cannot catch the constitutional truth are again merged into the Mahat Tattva. At the time of the annihilation of the material creation, when the creation is again set up, this Mahat Tattva is again let loose. This Mahat Tattva contains all the ingredients of the material manifestation, including the conditioned souls. Primarily, this Mahat Tattva is divided into 16 parts, namely the 5 gross material elements and the 11 working instruments or senses. It is like the cloud in the clear sky. In the spiritual sky, the effulgence of Brahman is spread all around, and the whole system is dazzling in spiritual light. The Mahat Tattva is assembled in some corner of the vast unlimited spiritual sky, and the part which is thus covered by the Mahat Tattva is called the material sky. This part of the spiritual sky called Mahat Tattva is only an insignificant portion of the whole spiritual sky, and within this Mahat Tattva there are innumerable universes. All these universes are collectively produced by the Karanadakshai Vishnu, called also the Mahavishnu, who simply throws his glance to impregnate the material sky. I'll read the translation one more time. Sutta said, in the beginning of the creation, the Lord first expanded himself in the universal form of the Purusha incarnation and manifested all the ingredients for the material creation. And thus, at first, there was the creation of the 16 principles of material action. This was for the purpose of creating the material universe. Om Jnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Supadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vichamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langeti Girim Et Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatare. Hare Krishna. We would like to welcome all of you for the Bhagavatam class. I would like to seek the blessings of the senior Vaishnavas before I speak something for my own purification. We can share what Prabhupada is given us in this Bhagavatam class. So it's a little bit technical. This chapter is called Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So here we get to see so many topics are being discussed. There is Mahat Tattva described, there is Purusha incarnations. We can try to see, I made some notes, we can try to see what we can take from here. So we can discuss first thing about how Krishna expands himself to facilitate the Jiva's desire to leave the spiritual world, come to the material world to enjoy. So what Krishna does is, it's explained that from our prospect, it's like when Krishna enters this material world from the spiritual realm, it looks like even Krishna is like becoming material. But it is not. But Krishna is still spiritual, even though he enters the material world. Whatever expands, it's explained plenary. Plenary doesn't mean that Krishna is losing his identity or it's like expanding doesn't mean that his potencies are going down. So Krishna keeps his original identity. Even with this Purusha avatars, Prabhupada emphasized a lot about Purusha avatars. So who are Purusha avatars? Who are Purusha avatars? We'll make it interactive so that I have some guests also who get to know who they are, what they would like to share for the class. There are 3 Purusha avatars, right? Krishna is expanding himself into, we know Krishna first expands into Balaram, and then he expands into Sankarshan, Aniruddha. We see this quadruple expansion of Sankarshan, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, right? From there again, Krishna expands as Purusha avatars for the aspect of creating the material world. So these 3 Purusha avatars are, first one is Karanadakshay Mahavishnu. So he's huge, he's gigantic, he has his own ocean. From there everything emanates. So he's like the base, the cautious, it's like the Karana. Anybody speaks Hindi? What is the meaning of Karana? In translation is the cause. So his ocean name is Causal Ocean. Probably I'm not saying it right. How do you say it? Causal Ocean. Yeah. So he's the cause. So he's the cause of the creation. But the desire is with the jiva. The next, what does he do? What is his functioning? So he's lying down. When he lies down, from his skin pores, with his breathing, the universes come out. They become activated. Now universes have come into manifestation. They are out in the causal ocean, and then he again, this Mahavishnu who is lying down, like when we lay down, what do? We go to sleep. But look at our Lord, he's proving himself, he's the supreme, because when he lays down, he's doing the creation. How amazing, right? Like nobody can compete with him, From this Mahavishnu, also next plenary expansion comes is, who's the next one? Who's the next Purusha? It's Garbhodakshay Vishnu. There is his ocean. What he does is he expands into each universe created by Mahavishnu. Thank you, Janita. So there is already universal creation done. It's all material, it's not spiritual. The reason being, it's our desire to come and enjoy. Prabhupada time and again said we had the propensity to lord it over. So the Lord takes it upon himself to facilitate the jivas who want to enjoy separately from the Lord. So now what does Garbhodakshay Vishnu do? He enters into each universe. He is lying on this Ananta Sesh. He enters into each of this universe and he kind of gives life to these universes. Garbhodaka ocean, that's where he's lying down. And this is where actually when he starts to meditate, who am I? He's such a special situation. Brahma, that's where Brahma sprouts from his navel. And now Brahma is part of the material creation. Again, Brahma is empowered, is being given all the, somebody gives us chapati dough. The chapati dough can be made into multiple things, right? Like you can use it to, you can make chapatis out of it, you can make, it's like a lump, mahat tattva. So this can be divided, it can be rolled into flat bread, you can make grisni out of it, or you can make certain ingredients change, but the dough base remains the same. So mahat tattva, the material energy which is being facilitated for the living entities remains the same. And who is the engineer? He is like the engineer. He is given, okay, now you make this form, you Brahma. Again, it's Krishna who gives him the jnana, tene Brahma hridaya, from his within Brahma's heart. So for us, on Sunday feast, we don't have any devotees. You come to the temple, there is no Sunday feast. It's like we become bewildered, right? There's no Vaishnavas. Oh Krishna, I need devotees. But look, Brahma is such an exalted soul that he is on this lotus which emanates from Garbhodakshay Vishnu. He is sitting in this lotus, but he cannot find anybody. He only trusts, okay, there is a creator, he comes down through the stem of the navel, he cannot find anybody, but he goes back, he hears the word tapa, he's like, okay, there is somebody who is watching me. He goes into, 1,000 years of meditation, the sound vibration, what he heard. So that's why he gets this sampradaya, that he becomes head of the sampradaya, that he can take us back. So yeah, let's not get deviated. So next thing, so Garbhodaka Vishnu has created the whole, has entered. And how do the jiva enter now into the material world? The jiva is not in the picture yet. The creation is still going on. So the next thing is, Even Vishnu again expands himself into Kshirodaksha Vishnu, last one. Yeah, so he has got Kshira ocean, Kshirodaka, in this ocean he's lying down. When all the demigods had difficulties to deal, Brahma, Mother Bhumi, they all go to see him at the milk ocean, Kshira, where Indians we know as Kshira means sweet rice, yeah, kheer. So, it's a milk ocean, he's lying down there. When it's like his office, when everybody has any difficulties, we see them at the office, we don't see them at home. So, Vishnu is like, I'll see you, I'll meet you there, So, they go and meet Kshirodaksha Vishnu there. And what is the functions of Kshirodaksha Vishnu? What does he do?
He enters in the heart of
Okay, very good. But that is one function. He enters the heart of each and every one of us, living entity, to facilitate, to reciprocate the desires we have. He's also the Paramatma feature, right? Like Krishna is traveling with us, with the living entity, in the form of Kshirodaksha Vishnu, the Paramatma feature. What is the other function of Kshirodaksha Vishnu?
He enters into every atom of the material.
That's right. He is in every single atom. He also enters every single atom. Even unmanifested stones, rocks, mountains, something which hasn't got any life, but Krishna is there. That's why when you pick up a stone, start worshipping, even the stone starts reciprocating, becomes Shaligram Shila, because Krishna is there. This is Krishna expanding himself to reciprocate with the jivas. So this is the Purusha incarnations. So what is Mahatattva? Mahatattva, Prabhupada explains here. What is Mahatattva? Where does it come into picture? Except Jainitai Prabhu. Jainitai Prabhu is like my Shiksha Guru, he knows all the answers.
Like Maya.
Yes, what is Mahatattva?
material creation.
It's like, see, Brahman is spiritual expansion of Krishna. So, to facilitate, again, it's written here even in the purport, it's like a cloud which is being created. Prabhupada writes in the purport, it's like a material cloud, unmanifested. This is where all the living entities, all the material creation is. It's all matter though. It's all in there, and from there, as I said, like the dough is there, you want to make flat bread, you want to make grisini, you want to take a different form, different shape, according to the desires, everything is being put into this Mahatattva. Even when we desire to enjoy separately, this is where we, from Kshirodaksha Vishnu, we enter the Mahatattva, and then from there, different desires, different moods, we all get what we deserve, again, according to the past karmas. So this, again, when the annihilation, it's also spoken about here, when the annihilation happens, we start to going back again in Mahatattva. And that's when, after that, we enter the Vishnu of Mahavishnu. That's when we go into dormant, when the destruction happens. Anybody has any comments so far about that before we carry on something else? No? So what is it? It's also explained here. There are 16 material elements. What are the 16 material elements Prabhupada is talking about? There are some places it is explained 24 material elements. There are some places 10 material elements. What are the 16 Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport?
Is the 16 the 11 senses and the 5 elements?
Yes, yes.
So the 5 elements, fire, water, earth, air, ether.
That's 5, yes.
And
That's
the 11 senses are the 5 receiving senses, the 5 outgoing senses, and intelligence.
Yes, there is this eyes, we have like nose, these are the senses we have, and the other 5 are like, we walk, we smell, we touch, yeah. So there are total, including the mind, it becomes total becomes 11. So these are the propensity to enjoy will most of the times it is manifested through, we use these as our tools to fulfill our desires. When we kind of like enjoy so much that okay, now sense enjoyment doesn't give us any pleasure, that's when we seek higher pleasure. That's when the jiva starts to think there is something atato brahma jigyasa, the aspect of who am I, where am I, what should I do, you know. So it's also explained when 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, sloka 15 explains that mam upatyatu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate dukhalayam ashashvatam samsiddhim param gataha. Once one living entity goes back, becomes self-realized, Krishna explains that it will never come back to the material world. Because you tried everything, we enjoyed everything, we learned our lessons, okay, there exists a material world, we don't want to try with that anymore, we don't want to play with Krishna's. Again, like Prabhupada explained here, there is Nitya Siddha, there is Nitya Baddha. The difference is the consciousness. You are like Prabhupada, like pure devotees, wherever they are, they're fully Krishna conscious. I think Prabhupada went to Melbourne one time, asked, oh, how do you like it here, Prabhupada? You travel so many places in the world. The reporter asked. Prabhupada said, for me it's all the same. I see Radhanath Maharaj in Italy, it's the same. I see him in London, it's the same. I see him in India, it's the same. So these advanced souls, they are kind of aloof of this bondage, this enjoying propensity. So they are only coming here. Prabhupada also explains in the purport that the jivas, they get in touch, they advance, more advance, and get association of the saintly people, and then eventually they enter Krishna's pastime. So it's a journey. It's not going to be like happening overnight. That even Prabhupada explains that when we become very advanced, we are not directly going to go to the spiritual world, because we still need to be trained how we're going to serve Krishna nicely. So it is that Prabhupada explains that we go where Krishna is performing. We take birth in one of the families of the Rajavasis, and then we serve Krishna again there, get trained nicely, and then after that we enter the spiritual realm. So it's like a journey, consciousness, evolution. It's Prabhupada gave a class on this sloka in Vrindavan. I was going through a little bit with that. So Prabhupada also explains about the creation aspect. Wherever there is a creator, there is creation. So it is Krishna who creates, and there is 6 stages a living entity go through. What are the 6 stages the living entity goes through? Every living entity, either it's human or a fly or a cow or tree, yeah, okay, birds.
Sickness, old age, and death.
Something more than that. Birth, growth, reproduction, dwindling.
Stays for some time.
Yeah, stays for some time, and then, of course,
And,
death. So, Prabhupada compares whatever we are going through, even the creation goes through the same thing. Material creation also goes through this phase, so it's not just the living entities. So everything comes into being active at one stage, it also becomes annihilated. Again, the destruction is done through Krishna's potencies. Krishna doesn't directly intervene with any kind of destruction. It's who does the destruction part? Shiva. Shiva is famous for that. When he gets angry, everything is. Any questions so far? Again, can discuss. I made some notes also. I can quickly go through my notes. yeah, this also the point of Krishna is the word it's used here is Purusha. Purusha means is masculine. He's the Purusha is the enjoyer, and we are what? Krishna is Purusha and we are Prakriti. Right? Like he is the supreme enjoyer. We are all part and parcel of him. So it's only in Gaudiya Vaishnavism we can hear that you all have to serve one individual. Everybody kind of will be bewildered when you say that you cannot enjoy. But Prabhupada, somebody asked Prabhupada, no? What is the goal of life? Prabhupada said, to enjoy. But the problem is you don't know how to enjoy. We are just, we just look at the window, somebody has a big car, somebody has a big house, we think this is the enjoyment, but that's misery. But, saintly people also show us how we can enjoy. As you all know the pastime, I'm reading this book of Indudumna Maharaj, that he was traveling from US to London, I think, in the flight. Prabhupada was watching this Charlie Chaplin and Indudumna Maharaj was sitting right next to Prabhupada. Prabhupada is watching this Charlie Chaplin show and then Prabhupada is like laughing his head off, like a kid, And then Indudumna Maharaj went to, probably it was Bhagavan Prabhu sitting in the backside of the flight, I went and asked, are we allowed to watch movies? I was trying to read Bhagavad Gita and Prabhupada is watching this show and then Prabhupada is like fully into it, What am I supposed to do? And then they said, we don't have an answer, you go ask Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, yeah, can't you see Krishna's Hasya Rasa in Charlie Chaplin? It's it's manifesting. So pure devotees, when we do that, I know we are fully entangled. But for Prabhupada, it's like that. You see Krishna everywhere, everything, every minute, every moment, all actions, eating, sleeping, everything is Krishna conscious. So we cannot imitate, but yeah, we have to be careful. But yeah, everything we also learn here, even ourselves, we see how nice this life of devotee is, You are in the association of like-minded people, you get to, come and chant together, sing together, How nicely Prabhupada has created this ISKCON and the whole Mangalarti system, whole distributing books systematically and it's a combination of everything Prabhupada kind of gave us that we can enjoy, Of course, we have to bear in mind we are here to serve. We can become easily carried away, this aspect of enjoyment. We are here to serve, we are here to give this knowledge, give this philosophy to others, to other people who are looking for it. But how we can understand that there is one Purusha and there are so many living entities will be satisfied. Anybody can give any example? Any can say something about it? There is one Purusha. How they can reciprocate with I don't know how many billions of gopis are in Goloka. It's how?
Because Krishna is unlimited.
Krishna is unlimited, okay. Can we see it in the material world in any way? That
when you offer love out of the desire to please the other person, you're fulfilled. And so when we attain this proper Krishna Bhakti, we are offering with the desire to please Krishna. Yeah. And he doesn't care if we're giving the banana peel or the banana, if we're doing with love.
Yes.
And so the fulfillment comes out of the offering.
That's nice.
This is aradhana.
Yeah, thank you. It's it has to be selfless. That's a good point. We are filled with, whole world is showing you have to have this or have that, but nobody shows that you have to become selfless. That means, selfless means something wrong with you.
In the material
with the material world, right? So that concept doesn't exist. They all tell you that. Anybody else would like to share anything on that point of how we see even in the material world that we can be fully satisfied by rendering service to some individual? Yes, Prabhu.
Well, I was thinking of the analogy of watering the root of the tree.
Yeah.
If we go to the root and we water the root,
Yeah.
then all the branches, everything attached to that is nourished. But that might not be the example.
That's thank you. I added something to this analogy in 4th canto, I think that when we serve the root, everything, all the other branches, root, trunks of the tree is satisfied. Similar example is the feeding of the stomach. When hand is tired, when the head is spinning, you put something in the stomach, you don't put it anywhere else to satisfy the other parts of the body. But I was more thinking about when we are with saintly people, like Srila Prabhupada, he was surrounded by so many disciples. When we hear memories of them, or Yadubhar Prabhu's following Srila Prabhupada, if you see, even like Prabhupada's glance, sometimes a wife and husband, even like, you give like the best of the car or best of the house, still there is like something missing, but even just Prabhupada's look made them satisfied so much. Like, oh, Prabhupada looked at me, I was like feeling like, so happy about it, Oh, Prabhupada looked at me this way that I was like, bliss. How? Even there was, I think it's Shama Sundar Prabhu shares this, that Janita Prabhu, please correct me if I'm wrong. There was Prabhupada came one time in the airport. The devotees were all crying. Right next to them was a cop. He paid obeisances just like the devotees, and he starts to cry. How? This is, so even just looking at a pure devotee, we can be satisfied. We can give, we can reciprocate. That's why for them, giving every single penny they collected, every single book they distributed, everything result 100%. Even Prabhupada was never like, let's utilize because all these young people have surrendered to me, let me make something out of it. But his love was unconditional. His love was pure, not from this material world. He's not from this material world. So, we experience it ourselves. Jayanitai Prabhu is always around Radhanath Maharaj. I see, I wanted to ask Radhanath Maharaj next time, Maharaj, why do you make so many devotees cry? How is it possible that even just looking at Maharaj, I'm experiencing that Maharaj is looking at a devotee is looking at Maharaj. I'm standing next, I'm just looking how they can burst into tears, like so many of them, one or two I understand, okay, they had a difficult day yesterday or something. But so many devotees, just Maharaj looking at them, it's like there is some, a stream of love happening between the devotee. And they see Maharaj doesn't come with gifts, Maharaj doesn't give here's the latest iPhone, So if we can experience this here with acharyas, with gurus, with pure devotees, imagine what Krishna and Jivas living, loving exchanges will be like. It will be out of this world, Oh yeah, it is out of this world. But we can experience that here, even in the material world. That's the reality, because it's spiritual. Even though we are Jiva, we have entered the material realm, we can make it completely spiritual again. Again, I'm just coming out of Radhanath Maharaj's association. I was there when we were sharing, Maharaj was talking to Sangeeta, and I said, Maharaj, Sangeeta had a thought when we were driving to Italy. She said, we had a pizza, she was saying, if I die with this pizza in my hand, can I go take it to Krishna, to give it to Krishna in the spiritual world, the pizza, okay, I was blown away. I went to Maharaj, this is what Sangeeta says, and Maharaj immediately said, Sangeeta, it doesn't matter whether you are taking it to Krishna here or Krishna there, but you can reciprocate the same. Maharaj was doing it in a nice, sweet way. But the Maharaj's point was you can give it to Krishna here, and that reciprocation happens. We don't have to wait to see Krishna, in the spiritual world. No, but Krishna or Krishna Balaram, they're here. It's like we have to learn that art of reciprocating the love. Prabhupada gives this example: the deities are non-different, just like a post box which is in your village, which is around the corner. If it is under the bona fide post office, even the post box, which has got nothing to do with you going and throwing a letter inside with the right address and with everything which is needed, it goes to Russia or America or wherever so it's the same with our love. If you deposit it towards Krishna with these deities, so they're here for that. They're here to reciprocate that love. Any comments? Any questions?
You spoke initially about the non-Purusha, the three. There are 6 kinds of Purusha, no?
There is 6 types of
Purusha
avatars.
Yeah.
No, Purusha avatars are 3.
That's what I got.
Yeah, Purusha avatars.
But there's 6 kinds of avatar.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
6 kinds of avatars, which kind of Purusha?
There's Leela avatar. There is this
Manvatar.
Manvantars. Yeah, there is
Leela avatar, Manvatar.
Guna avatar.
Guna avatars. That's right. That's Vishnu, Brahma,
And
Mahesh. Yeah. Mahavishnu. Sorry. Yeah. So it's
Leela avatar.
Leela avatar, Yuga avatar.
Yuga
Yeah.
avatar.
That's not part of the 6, I think. Yeah, Kshatriya avatar is
Kshatriya Kalki, no? No.
Empowered.
Purusha.
Empowered. I mean, it could be even. It is said that Prithu Maharaj was a Kshatriya avatar. There is we say Prabhupada is a Kshatriya avatar. So it's like a jiva, which is it cannot be, because Parashuram is direct expansion of Vishnu. It cannot be Kshatriya avatar. It's a jiva which is empowered to go and do certain task. Prithu Maharaj is an expansion.
I thought of the 10 avatars, one is Shakyavesh.
Okay.
And I thought it must be Parashuram because all the others are
Direct expansions. Yeah.
direct expansion. But
Expansions.
Parashuram he's born a Jeev. And then all the Leela happens. I have a memory problem right now, that's why I'm writing this back down.
I never read anywhere that he is a jiva. Parashuram. I never.
Find this also.
Yeah. It will be nice if we can double check
find
on that. But definitely he's Vishnu Tattva. He is not Jiva Tattva. I mean, according to me. Maybe you can comment about that.
I mean, it's explained in the 2nd canto, also 3rd canto, all and Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the living entities were all expansions of Krishna.
Yeah.
So we're all, to some greater or lesser extent,
Yeah.
we're plenary portions
Yeah.
of the Supreme Lord. But some are specifically empowered for purposes. But that also comes into the category of as an avatar, Shakyavesh avatar. But, and I can't remember that there is at least one of the Das avatars that is. For some reason I was thinking it was Buddha. But,
Maybe it is Buddha and I'm wrong.
but it's
More possible Buddha than Parashuram. Because if you read the way Parashuram kills all the Kshatriyas, like he has to be Vishnu. He was killing at the pace of the mind, and when he gets tired, he was killing at the pace of the wind. Not a jiva. He went around the world 24 times and killed all the Kshatriyas. It's like, yeah. Okay, any other questions?
On that, what is the Virat Rupa? I was speaking with some friends trying to find out, but
Virat Rupa is universal. It's still material.
still material, so it's not considered.
It's in the spiritual world, Virat Rupa doesn't exist.
No, I know, but in which category it fits? It's just material.
It is done with Purusha avatars. It is a kind of an expansion of Purusha avatars. It's done because it's done in the material. So only these 3 Purushas come in touch with the material energy. Anything in the material world happens through these three Purushas. So Purusha Avatar, Virat Rupa is an expansion of the Purusha Avatars. We only see that like in the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna is showing Arjuna the Virat Rupa in the 11th chapter of the Gita. So yeah, it's completely material.
Yeah. Okay.
So Krishna is always reciprocating with his devotees. So my question is, how can we become more refined and become more conscious of Krishna's reciprocation?
Yeah. My answer to that is, as I said, when you are around the Swamis, there's so many devotees come. When you're walking with them, you see, most of them are talking about themselves. It's like, it's me, it's mine. But how many devotees go and say, what can I do for you? What do you need? What would you like me to do for you? If you want to be in that inner circle, I see the way Maharaj deals with this secretary, Radha Sundari Mataji. It's on a different way, different mood, The way he deals with a new bhakta, the way he deals with the devotee who approaches him for asking something. Krishna is the same. If you go ask Krishna every day, Krishna, what would you like me to do for you? We need to have good sadhana. The foundation of everything, Krishna reciprocates when we have really good sadhana, chanting around, reading Prabhupada books every day. And when we are just like having bank balance, when you have 10,000 bank balance, it's easy to buy 1,000 euros phone or whatever it is. So bank balance is created. What is the word sadhana? Anybody knows? You can divide it into two words. Huh? Is part of it. So you see, the word sadhana is divided into two. Sat, dana. What is sat? Eternal. Dana means wealth. When you have wealth with you, you can buy whatever you need. The same thing with Krishna. When you have this eternal wealth, you can go say, Krishna, I have a question for you. Please help me with this. So, if you have this question, how would you like me to serve you? How can I serve you better, Krishna? Tell me, what would you like me to do for you? It's the conscious change of the consciousness. As I said, when I serve Jananand Maharaj, the way they deal with every individual depends on the desire and the approach they have. It's not there, Samoham, even Krishna is non-different. They are same to everybody. Krishna is the same, the saintly people are the same, but the approach we have defines their reciprocation. Samoham sarva bhuteshu namo dveshestina priha ya ajanti tumam bhaktya maite te suchapyaham. He says, I am not different to I am equal to everybody. But Krishna says, for my devotees, I am different. Again, reciprocation. Maybe, I hope I answered. Somebody else want to add something? Vijayani Prabhu. Yeah, it depends on the approach we have. Krishna is the same, right? Like, ye yatamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. As one surrenders to me, approaches me, I reciprocate accordingly. Okay. Thank you so much for all of you for being such good audience. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki,
Praise Locanananda Prabhu ki.
Professor.